to talk about. And I also watched this documentary called Abducted in Plain Sight yesterday. That was creepy as fuck. I don't know that I have as much to say about that, but I probably would mention it. And
I've been watching Punisher season 2 on Netflix.
I don't watch any of those like Marvel things.
It's kind of a chore. It's nowhere near as good as the first season. But anyway, welcome to this week's Whole Wheat Costa. Tonight we have a new beer. It's a new release.
Nice.
Show the camera. I think it's called American Beauty.
American Beauty.
It's Dogfish Head's American Beauty
with the Grateful Dead.
It's a Grateful Dead inspired beer. It's a pale ale. It's pretty delicious. So maybe you try it. Let them know what you think.
It's good. Oh, it's like a pretty intense aftertaste.
Yeah, it's like a beer flavored beer.
It's like real snappy.
Yeah, it's no special flavors or anything, but it's really good. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Grateful Dead, like their music. So I'm a huge fan of Dogfish Head, and they came together, and I bought. I just bought it yesterday, and I had some last night with dinner.
One of Kelly's friend's uncles just died, and his funeral was over the weekend, and they all wore. He was a big Grateful Dead fan, and apparently just wore tie dye all the time. So everyone at the funeral wore tie dye Grateful Dead shirts.
Were you there?
Including him. They put it. That's what they buried him in.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping I get buried in. If I die young, and I told this to Rachel, my brother knows it too. If I die young, like if I die in the next 20 years or whatever, I'm gonna donate my skin because I know it sounds weird, but you can donate all your organs, and your skin's like a pretty big organ.
Yeah, it's the biggest organ.
Well, yeah, and you can they accept skin donations.
Oh.
So I don't really want to go in the grave. I kind of just want to donate everything.
Yeah.
But if I die in my 60s or 70s, I'm just gonna whatever organs are good. I'll just donate those, and I'll keep my skin. Then I want to be put in a burlap sack and then buried under a tree. A tree planted on me. And some people laugh at that, and I go, no, I'm serious. There are companies that will just put you in a burlap sack.
Because that makes more sense. Because what's the point of the whole coffin thing? Why wouldn't you just want to at least decay back into the earth?
Right. That's why I want to do it. And people are like, well, you could get cremated, but there's a lot of it's your ashes are very bad for actually bad for the ground.
I like that burlap sack idea.
Yeah, so I've always wanted to go into a burlap sack.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and someone playing a tree on top of me.
Yeah. So I don't know why I remember this. This is maybe either when I was in high school or maybe just out of high school. But it was a guy I knew from high school. I remember having this conversation with. His question to me 15 years ago, which I didn't have a good answer for then, was, would you rather go to a nice place for dinner, once a week, or would you rather go to an okay place for dinner 3 times a week?
Same price?
Yeah. Well, I guess my example now would be would you rather go to Applebee's twice or go to a fancy restaurant once? And at the time, because it was 20, I was 20. And it's nice to go out of your parents' house basically. I would have said Applebee's, or an okay restaurant. Then I had the exact opposite answer, and I feel with me being pretty stingy with money in the last few years.
Right, because they asked you how dinner was, and you're like, well, and you just made it about money.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, actually, how did you guys have a good time?
Well, but this is my point about it was, I have a pretty decent anxiety about eating out because, again, being pretty frugal the last few years, mostly out of necessity and having, a lot of it is big expenses, I certainly make enough money to live off of, but then we're, between buying a house and getting married and stuff, I don't make enough money to pay for those things without a bit of frugality and, a lot of overtime work and stuff.
You're also a terrible spender.
See, that's what I mean. I'm not.
No, you are. On a Sam weekend, you'll spend $400.
It's true.
I'll listen to the podcast.
Yeah. Well, it is true. We do, but that's because we don't do anything the other, for 12 out of the 14 days, we really, I don't spend any money. I mean, it's, 75-cent noodles for lunch every
And
day.
I've been
all that
grocery
shit.
shopping with you guys. You don't look at prices at all.
Oh, I do. So, where did we go? Where did we go grocery shopping? We did.
Oh, we went to Target once. And
Yeah.
went to Walmart another time.
Well, so
And we've been to my Walmart too, which is terrible.
Yeah. So Target, I just don't like to buy food. I think it's a total waste.
Oh, buying food at Target is just terrible.
But no, I mean that's part of the reason I go to Walmart though. I feel like everything's a little cheaper than because you're paying for you're paying less for lack of selection basically. So as long as you don't mind eating the same stuff every day, which I don't, you pay less money. But anywho, so I feel like I had a lot of anxiety about going out to eat because you go out to a place like an Applebee's or like Chili's or someplace like that, and you pay $50 to $60 for two people. If you get like an appetizer, maybe you get like a drink.
Yeah.
So it's $50 to $60, and then I feel like most of the time something's bad. Either like one of the meals is bad,
Right.
or the meals are fine but the service was real bad. And you're waiting for like an hour for your check or something. Like I feel like I never leave those places feeling happy that I went there, and then I'm like pissed off because like I just worked 12 days in a row and I didn't want to spend my money for a bad time. So to the point, like I really don't even like to go out to eat because I've just had, and not any of them are terrible experiences. Like if like it's honestly about the money. If I had no money concerns, and I just like had an extra $50, and I went out to a place like that and it was just okay, I wouldn't care as much. But like, I don't know.
If you're gonna spend money, you might as well make it worth it.
Yeah, I want to make it worthwhile.
See, here's like the question. If I answer the question,
Yeah.
I didn't know what you meant by like Applebee's or like an actual like
a chain restaurant versus like a real
like fancy restaurant. Like yeah, I get it now, but I thought you meant something like there's a couple restaurants around here, like smaller restaurants that like I love going to that aren't expensive, like Chipotle. There's this place called Naf Naf Grill, which is like I guess like they have like falafel or whatever. They have like chicken and the pita and all this other stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff around my way. Well, there probably is around your way too. Living in Philadelphia, where like I could spend like $8-9 and get like a full meal.
So I'd rather go to the Chipotle 4 times than any place else probably.
That's what I was thinking. I was like I like going out to like a nice dinner once in a while, but if I had to have Chipotle and like a Naf Naf Grill, like or like not even like Shake Shack, like well Shake Shack's pretty expensive. But, something like a moderate, like, fast food, I'd probably pick that over a fancy dinner because I really enjoy, like, Chipotle and not, like small little burrito things filled with, like, vegetables.
Yeah, okay, so it might be Chipotle 4 times, fancy restaurant 1 time, like, chain restaurant, like, 2 times. Like, that might be...
I pick Fridays over Applebee's, though.
So if I had to go to a chain restaurant, it would be Chili's.
Oh, Chili's delicious.
Yeah, they're by far the best. And I honestly have never really had a bad Chili's experience.
Yeah, I do like TGI Fridays burgers, and they have the Jack Daniel's sauce.
I feel like so I've been doing TGI Fridays in a while, but I feel like I just remember them being super fucking loud.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that's annoying. Like I want to be able to talk.
They are like especially on the Fridays, Saturdays.
Yeah.
Like they are definitely like a bar. Place.
But anywho, so it was Kelly's 30th birthday, so we went to that.
Isn't that Thursday?
Oh yeah, but
so I'll have to text her before Facebook reminds me. So she's a good friend.
But so on Saturday night they went to that how do you say it? That Mashaloo place? Mashaloo, yeah. Mashaloo. So we went there. So I mean, so that was like it was like before the tip. It was like $100. So which so that was sort of my whole point was for it was like we went there. It was a really nice place. It was a really nice atmosphere. The food was really great. The waiter was awesome, which you're always going to get a top tier waiter at a place like that. Like to pay essentially twice as much money, but not have wasted the money because everything about the experience was positive. Like I don't know, I would rather do that. Like if I could legitimately budget where I could really say like, oh okay, well we're gonna skip going to a chain restaurant today, and we're going to skip going to a chain restaurant next week, and the following week we're going to go to a fancy place, I would do that. Right. I don't know, because it was just, it was just, like, again, it was all around positive experience, and you sort of know when you go to a place like that that people like sort of their reputation is more important to them. So like they're not going to hire bad waiters. They're not going to serve you bad food. Like everything's going to be up to a high standard at a place like that. So my answer to that question from 15 years ago, I finally have one.
No, you didn't have an answer?
Nah.
Well, I think your answer would be different now than it would be then anyway, because as a person you evolve. If you don't want to evolve as a person, I don't even want to talk to you.
Yeah, true.
You have known 5 or 6 years now, and like you're basically the same Kevin I know, but like your thinking evolves. My thinking evolves. Like 10 years from now, we're going to be essentially the same person, but we're going to think differently. Yeah. Now there are people out there that are still like just so immature and went from 18 to 30, 18 to 35, and then they're still like, let's party. And you're like, you didn't evolve whatsoever. Like, what do you think about like at that point, like politics affects you. Like local politics affects you. Local things affect you different at 30. So retirement affects you. It's like, and there's people I know that like, whatever, retire. That's 60 years from now. Fuck it. My vote doesn't count. But like when you can get a the congressman in my district, the vote was only 700 people.
Yeah.
That was the division. It was like 111-3 to like 112.
Yeah.
That's all it was. And it's like you have to change the way you think as you get older.
I feel like I'm a nihilist enough that I will never care about politics because I just think it's all shit.
Yeah, but you talk about it.
I'll talk about it.
We talk about it.
I find it mildly interesting, but I don't have a lot of hope that anyone can change anything.
No, but you understand it affects you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just always negatively.
Yeah, yeah.
So there was a thing. So fucking all the fucking South Philly assholes elected Jim Kennedy to be the mayor of Philadelphia because he dresses up as an elf on fucking Halloween down at one of the parks.
I heard they're really mad at him.
So I don't know. I'm sure they'll vote for him again. So first he passed the soda tax, steals our tax money. Now it turns out the new property assessments where everyone's property taxes went up were deeply flawed.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So basically, again, stealing our money. But he dresses up like an elf on Christmas on one of the parks.
Well,
in
the
South
soda.
Philly.
I just read an article 2 weeks ago about how bad the soda tax actually is.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, there's the local ShopRite, because ShopRite's are all locally owned.
Yeah.
Like the owner of ShopRite, it's like he's mad because he's lost so much revenue because people aren't buying soda there. But why would you go buy groceries at your local ShopRite when you just go across the bridge, buy regular soda, buy all your food there, drive home for $5? Like you're spending $5 on a bridge and a couple dollars on gas. But if you like soda and if you're having a party, or something like that, and you have to buy 12 cases of soda.
Anytime we have a party at our house, we never buy the drinks in the city.
Yeah, you just go outside of Philadelphia, and the guy's like, we've lost so much money because people are like, well, we'll buy soda somewhere else.
Yeah.
While we're here, we'll buy food.
Yep.
And he's like, he's actually, it's a grocery store. He's thinking about closing the doors.
Yeah.
Because it's that bad.
And then that all snowballs because then you get these blighted areas with no local grocery stores. So then people are buying food out of the overpriced food out of the shitty like corner bodegas and stuff. So, but that's what but he dresses up as the elf on Christmas for the kids.
That's the only way to do it.
Yeah. But I don't remember what we're talking about now before all this.
Oh, Jim Kennedy. Politics.
Yeah.
It kind of just like went off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the mush look good. What'd you get?
I got the sea scallops. Kelly got the crab cake. They're both really good. It was like pretty full at the end. It was nice that they like, because I made the reservation online, and which first off is cool because I don't know that I ever made reservations for a place, So we got there and I'm like, $6:45 for reservation. They're like, oh, you Kevin? And I was like, yeah. Look, oh, Kevin's here. His table is over there.
Yeah, we just made reservations on Open Table last Friday night. We had Collingswood's buck.
Okay.
Collingwood bucks.
Mm.
You get $50, so like the whole town like takes it.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works, but we did that. We had a reservation. I use Open Table all the time.
Yeah.
We don't have kids,
Yeah.
so we can like go to fancy restaurants. We can't afford it, but we go.
Yeah.
Like once or twice a month, we'll go we'll have like a nice dinner out. It's been more or less once a month, but like once or twice a month, pretty good. Like December 10th, which is our like 1 year like official dating sort of thing. We went to Victor's Cafe in South Philly.
Okay.
That was like really nice. Like it cost us like $138.
Yeah.
But we got dinner, an appetizer, both 2 drinks,
Yeah.
dessert, and then they sing opera to you every 10 minutes.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we had a fancy dinner there.
That's cool. Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's like you feel you got your money's worth out of it. Is like what you want.
Yeah.
Like this is my issue. Not only fast food, but or not only that, but like fast food too. When you spend $30 and it's like, oh, I got shit. Like I could have made anything at home would have been better than this. Or buy random shit at Target. Like what do we even buy? Like see, I just don't like. I don't mind spending money to get your money's worth. Like I'm gonna like I worked my ass off and spent $30,000 to get my house back after the divorce stuff. Like we're gonna pay for a big wedding. Like we're gonna get our money's worth out of that stuff.
You're not gonna get your money's worth out of a wedding.
Well, we're not gonna get our money back.
No, weddings. Yeah. I've learned.
Yeah.
And you should probably learn this too.
Yeah.
Big weddings.
Yeah.
Aren't worth it.
It's not a big wedding. It's like 100 people, but we're gonna we're not and the place we're going to isn't particularly expensive, but we're not like gonna be cutting corners beyond that,
Right.
So, but
Didn't your last wedding wasn't that like super expensive or no?
yeah, it was more expensive than what this one would be.
Yeah.
And also it was about the same amount of people, but yeah, it was at like a little fancier place. Honestly, wasn't crazy expensive either.
How much was it?
I don't know. I think. Well, so that was the crazy thing. I remember looking at places this time because the place we got was like, the base price, and they always stuff adds on to this, so it's really like $20 more per person or whatever. But the base price is like $75 a person. But then like the place right down the street from there, which honestly was like marginally nicer and is behind the Joe Mar parking lot, was like $130 a head or something, which I'm pretty sure again in South Philly behind the Joe Mar parking lot, I'm pretty sure was significantly more expensive than what I paid for the first time to get married at like an inn in New Hope.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was right in the middle between those two prices.
Yeah.
So.
My wedding still cost $60. As humble as my wedding was, still only cost $6,500.
Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't bad, and I thought it was pretty nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, but
I was there.
Yeah, and I'm still your best man, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm honest. I've been debating if it should just be me and Sam. I don't know. I've really been going back and forth. I don't know. Like I don't know if it's more awkward to have one person or like no person.
Well, how many people was she having?
So she's like 5 or 6. So that's the issue. So I don't know if it's better if I just don't have a side. I don't know. But
that'd be very boring.
But I feel like I'd want to. I feel like I would still want to incorporate you in some way. So I don't know. I still don't know what I'm doing. But
well, it should be me, you, Sam, and your dad.
Yeah, I mean that's a possibility too. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't know. I really keep going back and forth on it because.
And Uncle Chester.
Yeah, because I just don't know if having like one person is more awkward than just having nobody and it's just like me and Sam. I kind of like that too because obviously like he's like my main priority, so I kind of like that having just the two of us. But then like I said, I want to include you in some way. So like, how do you include an adult male with just to be on your side of the wedding? Like, there's not much else for an adult male to do.
Me and your dad.
Yeah.
And then the girls need people to like walk them down the aisle.
Yeah.
Like they can't walk down themselves.
Just Sam will keep running back and get the next one. he is pretty fast. I don't know. I would think it's funny if we're like out of the mall somewhere. Because he sprints everywhere. Like he can't like walk or run. And I feel like people always comment like, "Oh, that kid's really fast." I don't know. Because I think he is exceptionally fast for his age. I don't know. Not even just like one of the things like it's your kid. Like he's legitimately pretty fast.
Oh really?
Yeah. I remember I noticed the first time we were in Disney, they were doing the scavenger hunt thing, and he was like sprinting by all the other kids, and he's like half their size still. But speaking of money though, so me and Kelly got in a big argument about this the other day, because so this was the sequence of events since we last podcasted. So it was Allie's birthday, not the last, like last weekend, not like the weekend we just had, but the weekend before that. So it was her 8th birthday on the Sunday. And then Kelly's birthday is this upcoming Thursday. We did stuff over this weekend. And I don't know if I talked about here before. Did I talk to you about trying to throw the party for her and Brittany?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and I was pretty upfront about my motivation for that. I basically, I told them both, that Brittany's birthday was the same weekend as my mom's birthday. We were supposed to do a big thing for my mom. So just to avoid any scheduling conflicts, like, and Brittany wanted to have a party anyway, so they were going to try to have a party together with the, like basically in between their 2 birthdays, because Brittany's birthday is like mid-February. And we were going to, rent a place and have a big party. And I had even said, like, if because money was an issue, if Brittany couldn't pay for her part of it up front, like, I would pay for her part up front. Like, I worked a couple extra shifts to pay for it in anticipation of it happening. And, and, like, whatever. But then the party ended up falling through because they just called a bunch of places and they just couldn't organize anything. So then Kelly's thing was, since I was willing to pay all this money for a party, that she wanted this $1,300 Louis Vuitton purse, and that if I was going to pay all this money for a party that I wanted to throw for my own basically needs because I didn't want the scheduling conflict, then I should have no problem buying her this $1,300 purse. When we have to throw a community party in a couple months for Allie, and we're getting married later this year, which is barely paid off, and we just went to Disney just at Christmas. So that was her thinking, and basically made it sound like I'm like a total asshole because I wanted to throw a birthday party, because I was just 100% doing it for myself, not because I wanted to celebrate her birthday or anything, and legitimately wanted to throw her a party. And like, I wasn't being manipulative. I was upfront about one of my reasons for throwing the party. It wasn't like I was trying to like be all sneaky about it or anything. Like, I told them why, like, part of my motivation. So I don't think I did anything wrong. But now the fact that I would want to do that, but now I wouldn't want to buy a $1,300 purse, I'm like an asshole. Was basically how the argument went. So after a lot of discussion, I think Kelly changed her mind about a lot of that. And we did talk.
Discussion or argument?
Well, argument, but then discussion, and we talked about other stuff too. Like, I've been pretty like uncharacteristically, like, even for me, like, pretty negative for the last like maybe a couple months, and just said that, like, that's basically taking a toll on everybody. So we talked about like other stuff too that like was my fault.
Right.
But yeah, so because then, like, I was doing the math on everything, right? So for Allison's birthday last weekend, so we had a sleepover party. So we had like 8 or 9 kids over. Which, I mean, throwing any party at your house, I mean, especially a sleepover party where you have to basically feed people for 12 hours is like not cheap. Like, it's a few $100 to food and decorations. So, and then with birthday presents, I mean, we probably spent like $500, $400 or $500 on the like Allie's birthday for that night. And then I don't know how this idea came from, but like Kelly and her friends decided that we should also go take Allie to this restaurant in Atlantic City on Sunday, like after everyone left for the party, drive down there, which we did. But then we got all these crazy like milkshakes and shit, and it was like a $300 bill for this lunch. So I'm just like,
wow.
So I'm just like, we don't have to have multiple parties for everything that happens. Like, we didn't need to spend.
Did you spend all $300?
I mean, almost, because
did no one else throw in for it?
Like, somewhat, like.
So everybody convinced you guys that you had to have this party, but then they didn't throw in for it?
I mean, some of it. Like, I don't know how much money Kelly actually got back. She didn't make it sound like everyone else like fully paid their share. Like, and like the one was like Allie wanted something at the gift shop, and we had to run out to drive Sam back. So like somebody bought that. So then they were like, oh, that basically covers my part of the bill, which it didn't. So, but we didn't pay a full 300. But I mean, then if you count in tolls and gas and everything else, like we probably did spend $300.
Right. That sounds terrible.
So. But it's my thing. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, she turned 8. Like, we don't, like, she doesn't need a $500 party than a $300 lunch. Like, that's crazy. We don't need to, like, we're not fucking rich people where you just, you have these, like, multiple parties and these wild events and shit. Like, we don't need to do that.
Dude, I went out with 8 gorillas and our bill was $500 and we drank all night. So how did a bunch of kids get a $300 bill?
It wasn't even. It was me, Kelly, Allie, and Sam, and then Brittany, Claire, Ashley, Lil, and Mila. And me and Kelly ate almost nothing. I got a burger, like the cheapest thing on the menu, and her and Allie split sliders, and Sam just ate my French fries. So we didn't even order any food. Like I was hungry by the time we got back. And then, but yeah, so just add it all up. So I'm like, so okay, so first that's ridiculous. And she's like arguing with me, like, oh, that's what everybody does. I'm like, they don't. I'm like maybe South people in South Philly do because they just, I don't know. Like she gave me examples. Like, okay, so name people she named. Like, okay, so that's somebody that like lives in the house that their grandparents bought, that have never had to pay a mortgage their whole life, that like live it, or somebody that lives at home that like doesn't have kids or like whatever else. I'm like we can't do this.
What restaurant was it?
The Sugar Factory.
Oh, at the Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I saw one of those at the Hard Rock when I went to go see George Thorogood, which was a terrible concert.
So I mean, it was nice, but like we can't spend $800 for every birthday.
You spend $200 for one birthday, 10.
Yeah. So I'm like doing the math. So I'm like adding that up, and then for Kelly, so we were gonna go out to dinner on Saturday to the Mashula place. Yeah. So we're gonna go there.
You're the only person I know that can't pronounce it.
So we're gonna go there. We figured that we'd go out on her birthday too, like to dinner. And then she wanted this purse. I'm like, okay, so it's $800 for Allie's birthday, $1,300 purse. So we're at like $2,000 roughly. And then we're gonna spend a couple $100 at dinner. I'm sure we'll spend like more money at this other dinner. So we're at like $2,400 now. Which the Mashulu place wasn't as expensive as I thought. It was $120 with the tip.
I've always wanted to go there, but I don't eat seafood, so.
Okay. No, it was good. I know it wasn't nearly as expensive as it could have been for like how nice it was.
Right.
So, but
did you wear gym clothes?
No, I wore. Yeah, I had nice pants. I just had like a collar shirt. I didn't have like a tie or anything on it, but yeah. So I'm like between those things. So now we're at $2,400, and then. So once Brittany's party fell through, the drink party fell through, Brittany really didn't want to do anything. But again, they have all these friends who live at home, who don't really have a lot of responsibilities or bills, or her two guy friends that live together that both have good jobs and they don't have any kids and stuff, so they have a lot of money, and they just want to go out all the time. And it's like, I mean, great if you don't have any kids or responsibilities, whatever, but. So it went from Brittany not really, honestly, it didn't sound like she really wanted to do much at that point once the party fell through. And they were like, oh, we're gonna plan this night down in Atlantic City, and it's gonna be, we're gonna get hotels down there, and we're gonna get bottle service at this club. And so it's gonna be like $150 a person for bottle service, which Kelly doesn't drink at all. So you can pay $150 basically admission fee for this club.
Yeah.
And
that's terrible.
On top of getting a hotel room. So okay. So we're
hotel room on a Saturday is $300.
That's nice. So we're at what? So we're at like $2,400 already, and then for Brittany's birthday, so we're gonna spend I guess $500 or $600 then in Atlantic City. So we're $3,000 now, and then and it turned out I couldn't get any shifts that weekend, but I assumed I'd be able to work that weekend. So I'm like, I'm gonna take off both days if we're doing this on Saturday night. So if you count that as like the loss, we've now spent $4,000 on 3 birthdays. That's fucking ridiculous. And that's basically what it's going to come down to. And that's like, I mean, if we did everything exactly how Kelly wanted to do it, that's what it was going to be.
Oh, you were going to go for bottle service too?
I mean, so it sounds like you basically had to pay, like to sit with everybody else, you would have had to do that to get into that like area.
So just for, because I don't think you guys want to share a hotel room. A hotel, like a good hotel, well, I mean, I don't think you guys are going to go to the Best Western Inn down there, across the street from the place that says, checks, CHECC.
I would totally say I'll give a fuck. I'll sleep anywhere.
That's $48.
Yeah.
You would probably have to stay at the Hard Rock. That's $250.
Yeah.
For a Saturday night, $250, $300. So then you're looking at $300 just for bottle service, and you guys don't really even drink.
Yeah. So, but again, we're getting married in 8 months. We've paid off almost none of the wedding. We have to throw a communion party in April. And we're going to spend $4,000 in a 3-week period on birthdays.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. What you do next year is you have a sleepover, you buy 4 pizzas, and then you make pancakes the next day.
I mean, that's basically what I did. But I mean, all the shit still adds up. We also got sushi for that night, which was fun. That was like $50. But I mean, I think that was the only thing that was worth it though.
Yeah.
Because that was like a cool thing. And it came in this giant. It was like we were thinking afterwards that we should have had the sushi be the cake, but that's sort of how they laid it out. It was like this giant thing. But yeah. So.
But you're not getting the purse, right?
No. So.
Oh, okay.
So we ended up, so we went out to dinner, and then afterwards Kelly was like, "Oh, let's go to the mall. I want to look at this Michael Kors purse." So we got this
You went to dinner.
Yeah.
And then the mall.
So we went to the mall. We got it's like almost on the way home because we were driving up 95, and then we just popped across the Betsy Ross Bridge real quick to Cherry Hill.
Christ.
So
it's not the way home at all. It's completely out of the way.
No.
You went into a different state.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I passed by the Betsy Ross Bridge to get home. So and it's only 10 minutes.
Betsy Ross Bridge down 90.
Yeah.
Down 73 to 38, 38 to Cherry Hill.
No, it's like with no traffic, it's like 10 minutes. It's like 10 to 15 minutes. But so we went there. There was like this $500 Michael Kors purse that was on sale for like $250. So that's like $1,000 savings. So I was like, just get it right now. I'm like, just get it, just get it. So which I was kind of, so I asked her, I was like, was this your strategy all along to work me up to it for $1,000 purse? Then I'd be like, just buy the $250 purse. That's totally fine.
It's the best negotiation strategy there is.
It really is. I think I think
start high.
Yeah.
That way you can go low.
Yeah.
So I think she got you.
I think so.
I think she got
because honestly, we walked in that store and the first $250. I was like, buy it immediately.
Yeah. Rachel has a handmade leather purse.
Huh.
$40.
Yep.
No name. From Italy.
Probably works the same way.
Oh, it's the best purse ever. It's like it's still after weeks, months. It still smells like leather.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's handmade. Yeah. Like the shop that we got it at, there's like Asian immigrants making the purse in the back.
It's cool. Yeah, so we did that. I don't think we're going to Atlantic City. I think it's still up in the air.
Don't.
Now that I can't work that weekend, I'm not as against it. Although I'm going to try. I'm going to talk to them and see if there's any way I can come in for part of that weekend because, I basically, in order to pay for the wedding, I basically need to work every other weekend 12-hour shifts. I need to work 12 days on, 2 days off for the next 8 months. So, which is what I was doing a couple of years ago, but I hadn't done it recently, so it's kind of depressing to think about starting again. Yeah.
Just use your home equity loan.
I mean, I might do that. I mean, but I want to avoid, I don't want to come out of it with a big loan because that's what I did the first time. Right. And then by the time I paid it off, I was getting divorced. So I'd prefer not to take a big loan out. But that might be what happens because that's what happened when I bought my house back. Was I was killing myself for maybe and in that case I had to do it for almost a year. I was killing myself, and I got maybe 3/4 of the way there, and then I had to take a weekend off for some reason, and I was like, and I just was freaking out. I was like, oh man, I'm definitely not gonna like make my goal now. And then I was like, you know what? I'll just take out a loan for the rest. Like I made a shit ton of money. Like I've come pretty close. Like I'll take a break for a little bit. So probably the same thing's gonna happen here. I'm probably gonna maybe get like 6 months of like killing myself and then be like, I'll just borrow the rest.
Yeah.
But I mean, but still, I mean, every bit helps, you know.
Well, you're borrowing it out of your money.
Yeah. Well, I would probably do it. What I did for that is I borrowed it from my retirement account, which is great because you just put it right back. There's no really. I mean, the interest was almost nothing.
Yeah, mine's 4%.
Yeah.
I use my retirement account for pay for school.
Yeah, but I did it over. I only borrowed it over a year, so I paid it back within a year. So I borrowed like 5,000, and I think I probably paid like 5,300 back or something. Like, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like nothing. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so all that stuff. So it turned out instead of having, you know, so the potential $2,000 for Kelly's birthday turned into like probably like $500. So that was a big cost savings.
And you were at brunch for 2.5 hours?
Oh my god, that was one of the worst experiences of my entire life. So then Kelly's friends wanted to take her out on Sunday. So they were trying to book this Club Vesper place, which sounds really cool. It sounds like it's basically like a nightclub, but it's like during the day, which is more like Kelly's style because she doesn't really like to stay out late. So you go, and it sounds like it's like just like I said, just like a nightclub, but it's like during the day. So
that's more my style too.
Yeah. So it sounds really cool. So I feel like I don't know. Kelly said we're gonna do it for my birthday now because they couldn't really book it for her birthday like in time. So they ended up booking this brunch place. This place Sumo, and apparently there's Sumo. Yeah, is that what it's called? Maybe. Sumo. Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Another word you can't pronounce.
Yeah, Somi. That's what it is. It's Somi. SOMI. So apparently the original one's in Manioc, but they opened one in South Philly. And I think the reason why they wanted to go there, it had this like bottomless mimosa deal. So it was like $28 for like, and like brunch was like 11 to 4, and it was like bottomless mimosas. So we got there I think at like 1, and you know, we had to end up waiting for a couple people, so whatever. But even waiting like 10 minutes for a couple people, we couldn't order until like 1:45. So I'm already hungry.
Why couldn't you order till 1:45?
I don't know. Like there was like I'm pretty sure there was one dude running the entire place because we were upstairs. We barely saw him upstairs. There was like a whole upstairs bar which is unmanned, and when a couple people went to the bathroom, he was behind the downstairs bar. So I'm pretty sure he was the bartender / waiter for the entire place, which isn't his fault, but like it's the place's fault. I assume he was cooking the food too. I have no idea.
Probably.
So, you know, there was like 10 or 12 of us. So, I mean, so it is like a big party. You expect to be there a little longer, but not like wait 45 minutes to order. And then the people that got the bottomless mimosa thing, luckily we didn't, because I knew I wasn't going to drink because I was driving, and Kelly was not going to drink $20 worth of mimosa, so she had a single mimosa. But everybody else couldn't get refills because there was never fucking anybody there. So we were there for 3.5 hours. They probably got just the $28 worth of mimosas. Like one mimosa was $8. I think the most anyone got being there 3.5 hours. I think they got like 4 mimosas.
Oh wow!
And that was basically drinking it and then waiting a half hour, 45 minutes for a refill.
Right.
So everyone's pretty pissed about that because that's like a bait and switch, like saying there's bottomless mimosas, except you can't get them.
Right. I went to a place I didn't drink them, but I went to a place that was $10 for bottomless mimosas.
Yeah.
But every mimosa you get after the first one costs $1.
That's still not bad.
Yeah. So like it's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, so you pay your 10, and then if you drink 8, it's $18.
That's still great. Yeah. So that, and then we didn't get the food till like 2:30. So at that point I'm fucking starving. I'm just sitting there like I'm hungry, guys. I'm hungry. I'm hungry, guys. I'm hungry. And then I got eggs Benedict, which the pork roll was as hard as this table, as was the English muffin on the bottom. So the food was terrible, but I ate it because I was really hungry. Other people got food that was good. That looked good though. My particular one was just bad. It looked like they just cooked it a long time ago, which they probably did. They probably cooked it at like 1:30, and we got it at like 2:30.
It was somebody else's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that, and then yeah, and then we just waited a long time, and then they brought birthday cake ahead because they got there a little before us. So the guy brings out the birthday cake, but then we're sitting there and we have the cake with no utensils and no plates, and there's nobody to be found. So somebody saw the plates. So our like sharing plates from like when we sat down, the dude had just left on the other side of the room, and we're just still sitting there from 3 hours before. So I was like, I'll just go get those plates. So like I got our original plates back, and then like we stole the silverware from another table that was set up, and like that's how we were able to eat the cake because like no one was because we didn't see anyone again for 20 minutes, so we just would have been sitting there.
So they needed more staff.
Yeah, I basically should have gotten part of the tip, I think. And then like even after that, it just took forever for them to bring the check up. And sometimes it's a big party, people are like having fun, so you're like, oh, they're probably fine just hanging out, But even then, you have to usually give them the option, like, oh, you guys want the check? Like, we're not trying to kick you out, but there was like nothing. But like, I mean, it was obvious. There was like a full hour where we were out of shit to say to each other. Like, it was like a full hour of everyone just on their phones. like when we first got there, Brittany had put a picture on Instagram of Kelly with the birthday balloons. So I like screenshot it and sent it back to her. I was like, Britt, this was 3 hours ago. Like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. It sounds awful.
Yeah. And then at the end, they brought everyone out, like, because I think they knew it was bad, so they brought everyone out, like, 15% off things if you come back or whatever, which I think most people just left there.
Yeah.
Although even that was cheap. It was like 15% off the food portion of your bill only.
Right.
So, I don't know. But whatever. But I think because of that, I don't think we're going to go out to dinner again on Thursday for Kelly's actual birthday, which I wouldn't mind going out to, like she wants to go to P.F. Chang's. I mean, I think that'd be fine to go to if she wanted to go on her birthday.
You guys, after I get done the gym on Thursday, you guys should come over here and come get dinner with us.
Well, that's what, I mean, I can let you know what we're going to do, because we might just eat at Kelly's parents' house or eat somewhere else. You can probably stop by. I'll let you know when we get here. But yeah. So anyway, so that's a big cost savings. If we don't go to Atlantic City, that's a big cost savings. I mean, we still would want to take Brittany out somewhere for her birthday, but it won't be like $500. So.
P.F. Chang's.
Yeah. So I've been pretty obsessed with playing Breath of the Wild. Like, it's the most amazing I've ever played in my entire life. Just the whole Nintendo Switch. So I guess the Switch came out 2017, probably like a year and a half ago. I think it came out. So we just got it over Christmas, and I just become real skeptical about gaming systems because we were buying one like every year and a half, like for a birthday or Christmas, and then we never used them. Like I got. Like when I moved back into the house because I had nothing, so I bought an Xbox 360, which I used a little bit, which it cost me like $50 for that and a couple of games. So I really didn't care about that. And then I bought like a PS1 just to play one particular game. Again, it cost me like $50 total, so fine.
What game?
The Final Fantasy collection, Final Fantasy 1 and 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which I played enough of to at least get the flavor, and I don't think I'm really gonna like go through those games in their entirety.
Finish it.
Yeah, but I just was so wanted to try them. Again, worth the money. Like if you think about how much money I was related to. If you think about how much money you would spend in an arcade, like I feel like if you pay $50 for a game and you play it for more than an hour, then you've kind of gotten.
Why didn't you just find it online and emulate it on your computer?
I've done that before. I just don't like it. It just feels different to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it would have saved you $50.
Yeah, like I emulated Chrono Trigger. I remember back in the day, and like it was okay, but it just wasn't the same. Well, I kind of thought I would play at least a couple other games on it, but I never really did.
A PS1.
Yeah.
No.
Well, there's other classic games I kind of wanted to play, or that I've played before that I thought I'd replay. And then we bought an Xbox One, which I mean, it's a DVD player.
Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's Blu-ray player.
You do apps on it, like I do. I can do Netflix, Amazon Prime, YouTube on it.
I did play a couple games on it. So I mean, it wasn't a total bust. But we really didn't play it that much. And the difference is getting to the Switch is like the Xbox One. So especially like unless you play it every day, you're even less incentivized to play it because you turn it on.
And you have to update.
You just
it.
want to play a game. Yeah, it has to update for a fucking half hour. Like that's a disgrace.
Yeah, I don't even update mine anymore.
Yeah, it has to update for a half hour. And then like whatever game you play, sometimes that has to update. Or like we had movie nights where we went to play a movie and the fucking Blu-ray player has to update for 20 minutes. What possibly could take 20 minutes to update a Blu-ray player?
Maybe your internet connection.
I mean, it was like a normal. It was like a few megabytes a second.
Right.
Like I'm pretty sure the entire Blu-ray player program would not take 20 minutes to download at like 3 or 4 megabytes a second. Like that's insane. But it's just I don't know. It's such non-user friendly technology. I guess if you're like a hardcore gamer and you use it every day, you don't care.
Right.
But as a casual gamer, it's like an offensive system. And I think the PS4 is the same way, if I'm not mistaken.
I've heard a lot of complaints about PS4. But PS4 does have one game that Xbox doesn't, that new Spider-Man game.
Okay.
I hear it's super good.
I heard that too.
Yeah, and I want to play it, but I'm not going to go out and buy a PlayStation.
I'm probably going to get the new Kingdom Hearts game on the Xbox One.
Yeah. You want to... have you ever heard of Demetrius Johnson? Demetrius Mighty Mouse, he's a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
It's like I follow him on Instagram and I watch his fights. Like he tied for like the most wins in the UFC, like 10 wins in a row or something, and he lost his 11th fight or whatever. And you watch this guy like he has a wife and his kids, but he posted on Instagram like he's super excited about Kingdom Hearts, and you realize he's just like he's a big gamer. He has a Twitch channel and everything. It's like I see a maturity in this guy because like he has a career and like a wife and kids. But then I have to realize, like, he's also just 30 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really play the old ones, but I think the kids will, like, love them because they're like Disney RPGs. And, like, I don't know, I watched, like, all the previews for it. Like, it looks awesome.
Yeah, the keys are awesome. They have, like, sword keys and, like, gun keys and all this other stuff. It's pretty cool.
So I think it's going to be awesome. But the Switch. So, it's like, and and again, like the hardware specs aren't as good as the other systems, whatever.
Well, I from what I hear about the Switch, and I've seen it happen, not like the second part, but it's the only gaming console right now where you can play on your TV and then go play on the toilet.
Oh my God, it's awesome because even so I realize the need for this. So that's the other thing. We bought the Wii U before. We bought the Wii U like a couple of Christmases ago. And that was the least I've ever used a gaming system. Like that was shit. Like there weren't any games I wanted to play on it. Like I played the launch titles that we got with it like a couple times. Like I played like fucking what's that Paint game? Like the first new Nintendo IP in like 20 years. Splatoon. Played Splatoon for an hour. I played Super Smash Brothers for a couple hours. Like I don't know. It just wasn't that good. And that was the thing with that. So a couple months ago, I don't know, I just got into Zelda a little more recently. I went to play, and I saw this Zelda, the Minish Cap was on the store for like $5. I was like, oh, I'll play that. I'll try it out. It was like one of the Game Boy like Zeldas. It was pretty good. And I realized one day I was playing it. I was like, oh, I'm going to walk into the kitchen. And it shut off. Because for the Wii U, the console is there, and the thing you're holding is the controller.
Right.
So I was like, well, this is really stupid. And I was talking to my sister about it. She was like, well, you should get the Switch because it is the console. Like, the thing by the TV is just the charger. Like, the whole, like, the little screen is the whole console. But it's amazing. Like, I feel like everything you could imagine to be user friendly, they did. Like, so, and like, I don't know. So like playing Zelda, for example, because I've been playing Zelda Breath of the Wild nonstop for like 2 weeks. Like I didn't have any free time. And that's what's great about it. Versus like the Xbox where you have to like set it up and get a controller out and like unravel the controller and turn it on the TV and set it to the right thing and like fucking wait 10 minutes for it to load up. Like with the Switch, I pull it out of the thing, I hit a button, it says hit the same button 3 times, I hit A, and then I hit resume, and the game is exactly where I left off in about 5 seconds.
That's awesome.
And then, so like so like yesterday, we were waiting to drive down to South Philly. Wait, let's say today's Monday, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it was yesterday. Waiting down driving to South Philly, and Kelly's like running to the bathroom. So in that 5 minutes, I could grab the Switch, play it. I could like walk to the next area, and then like pause it and put it back in, and it's like charging again, and it's off. And and then if you're playing and you're like, oh, I want to play on the TV, you just pop the sides off and you plug it in, and then it switches the TV to the right thing and turns right on the TV, like automatically.
That's awesome.
And then you just have the controllers. And then if you want to play like a multiplayer game, you can either say so like for Mario Kart, like you can either like one person can hold the so if you have like two sets of controllers basically, because each controller is two parts, so you can either have like if you're playing with two people, you can put the controllers in a little dock thing and like play it like a regular game controller, or if it's four people, you already have four controllers. You just pull them apart and you give each person half a controller, and you got four controllers.
Yeah.
And all you have to do to switch is hit the two buttons on top, and it switches from two controllers to four controllers. It takes about 5 seconds.
Yeah,
So-
I've played it a couple times. It's pretty fun.
But it's like amazing, like the usability issues they thought of, and it's just, I mean, it's just designed to be.
How expensive is it though? Is it like $400 or?
We got it for Christmas with like a bundle, so I honestly don't know. I think it's cheaper than that now. Because it's been out for like a year and a half now. And like playing on the screen looks great. And the other thing too. So and I'll get back to Zelda Breath of the Wild because it's the best game I've ever played. It's replaced Skyrim as the best game I've ever played. So Mario Kart for this. They managed to, and did I talk about this before?
No.
How great Mario Kart is on the Switch?
No.
It's fucking amazing. So my gripe with Mario Kart was that because the first couple Mario Karts, I was a huge Mario Kart fan. I played when I was a kid for like probably like just like I probably had 500 hours logged into Skyrim. That's probably how much I played like Mario Kart when I was a kid.
I wonder if Skyrim actually ever went down. Hopefully it went down in price. Now I want to get it again.
Yeah, but I think I mean there's newer releases of it and stuff. I don't know if they did like another like a graphics update, like a newer release or not. But I mean I probably played 500 hours of Mario Kart as a kid. So knew like all the shortcuts, like all the pro moves, like the slide turns and all that stuff. And then the Wii and the Wii U Mario Karts were atrocious because unless you went out and bought a separate pro controller, you couldn't do any of the things you knew how to do in Mario Kart. You just had to turn the little wheel, and it was real fucking stupid. Like, I'm turning the wheel. Oh, okay. I hit the button. It was not fun in any way if you were like any good at Mario Kart. So on the Switch, they did both. They made it easier to play for people that just want to turn the wheel, and they made it better to play for people that want to drive like seriously, like with the same controller. Because even with just the one little half a controller Joy-Con, you can still do all the moves and do the slide turns and like jump and all the other stuff and like hold the stuff behind you and shoot behind you, like aiming behind you and like slip. You can do all the things you could do on the old Mario Karts. But if you're like a 4-year-old kid like Sam, you can still complete the race because all you have to do is turn the wheel, hit the one button. You don't even have to hold down the engine anymore because why would you ever have to hold down the engine? In retrospect, that was fucking stupid because you're never not going to hold it down. So like now, like as a 34-year-old, it's way more fun to play, and a 4-year-old can still play it and play it like decently well. Like Sam sometimes doesn't finish in 12th place.
Oh, that's nice.
So I mean, I don't know. It's just they just maxed out the usability. Like just no matter how you want to play it, it's fun to play.
Well, they probably took time with the console.
Well, that's what I mean. But you've had 10 years of shitty Mario Karts. I mean, it's probably the same guys developing it. Like I don't know what changed. I don't know if it's just the console's so markedly better, but I don't know. And like it's crazy because like you can even with the little half a controller that's like this big, the gyroscope in it's still good enough that you can both, and you can do this simultaneously. It reads both your joystick movements and your hand movements, so you can do both. And in Breath of the Wild, it's the same thing. Like if you're like if you're aiming like if you're pulling your bow back, you can both use the buttons, but you can also then aim with your thing, and like it reads them both simultaneously and like syncs them up in a way that makes sense all the time.
Yeah, that's a lot of technology.
Yeah,
That's like
it's
technology
amazing.
like you would never even think of that would be out.
Yeah.
So imagine like a gamer from like 1993 with that technology. It would not even be.
It's crazy.
So what did you think about our new beer?
It's good.
Yeah.
Real snappy.
Yeah. So I thought it was pretty good. I'm
Yeah.
pretty full though from dinner.
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna be it for tonight.
I had so much more Zelda to talk about. But that's fine.
That's all right.
That's like,
Yeah. Thanks for listening to Holy Costa. I only got bonus minutes on the audio.
bonus minutes.